Are you a user of the Fender Tone Masters Deluxe Reverb? You really enjoy the sound, the lightweight of the amp, but you have a bit of issues with the sound itself, such as the reverb being too much at 3, then you have to keep messing around with it, or a certain way the tremolo is playing up, or even the sound itself when you're using pedals, and you just want to tweak it a bit. Well, fear not, because in this video I will be going through on how you can update the firmware of the Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. So let's not waste any time and let's just get into it. So, how do you update the firmware of the Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb? Well, you need just 3 ingredients. First off, the amplifier. The second thing you will need is a computer or a laptop or any tablet that uses a USB import. And for this video, I will be using a Apple Mac. So if you're a PC user, you're not gonna like this, but I did look online. I think there is a video somewhere. If I can remember to link it, it'll be somewhere up there where you will see a certain guitar YouTuber using a PC updating their Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. And the third ingredient you will need is this. This is a USB-C port cable. Now, this is actually probably the most important thing you will need. Now, for example, you could be someone like me. Let's see what I've got. Probably have these kind of cables. I'll probably do some B-roll, but basically this is what is known as a charger cable. You might have this for a phone or some sort of electronic device, and you're probably thinking, oh wait a minute, I could just plug this in and that's it. However, that will not work. Now, I'm not a scientist and I don't know the technicalities and all that, but let's just say a charger cable like this, a USB-C port charger cable, does not have the exact data that is required for this amp. So what you're gonna have to do is go online and find this cable. This is from Amazon. Yeah, I know, I'm guilty. I know I shouldn't support them, but where else am I gonna get them? So this is probably the part where you're gonna have to look online or any hardware store that will sell a USB-C port cable that supports the enough power for the Fender, you can't see it but it's behind there, the Fender Tone Master Deluxe Reverb. Just make sure it is not a charger cable type, because otherwise it's not going to work and well, you're going to be struggling. And make sure you do the research on the exact type. This one I got from Amazon, that was about £4, so I might link that if you're interested. But if you manage to find something that's long enough and can support the Fender Tone Master, then you're in luck. So once you have these 3 components, the amp, a computer, and the cable, USB-C port, we can begin. So step 1, we start with connecting the USB cable to the amplifier. Now the first thing you're probably noticing is, where is it? I can't really see it. I see everything else for the power, cables, and attenuator, but I can't find that damn USB cable input. Well, that's because they did this annoying thing, which I think is one of the criticisms I have with Fender, because it's actually kind of underneath. As this footage will show, that is where it is underneath. Now, it might be a bit tricky to getting the cable connected, so you can either do what I did and just fiddle about blindly and just hoping you can try and fit it, or you could probably unscrew the casing at the back, which should hopefully give it a more easy access. But basically, you just connect that in, and then obviously you connect to the computer. So the next step is turning the amp on. So what you want to just do is just press the power switch. However, there's also another thing you have to do at the same time. Next to the USB import is a little button, and what you do is, at the same time you press the power switch, you have to press that little button which hopefully by a few seconds or so, you should see down at the bottom of the amp a flashing red light. This indicates that it is on. Then you will want to go onto your computer and go into Finder, where in the locations folder, you will find the amplifier. It's the same way how you will connect a mobile phone and external hard drive. On it should be Fender-amp, which should look like this on the example page. Then you will want to go on the internet or online, Google, whatever your preference is, and just type in Fender Tone Master, Deluxe, Reverb, firmware. And this should take you to the Fender website where you have many options for updates on your amp. So for me, I chose the Tone Master Blonde Deluxe Reverb mod, no bright cap, firmware version 1.135. That's just what I use because I'm still kind of trying to experiment and get the sound I particularly want. Again, my suggestion is just look at the various options and look for yourself and decide on yourself what you would like for your preference, whatever it is you're looking for in your head. So what you do next is to click on the red text and it should download. The download usually takes about, not long, maybe like a minute or two. And there you go. Then you go into Finder, into the download folder. Now what you want to do is open the Tone Master zip file. This takes a few minutes. And then what you do is create another tab for Finder. You go on to Fender Amp. And then you move the download of the Tone Master onto the Fender amp. Now at first it may take a little while, and if you do find, for example, it just disconnects instantly and you're probably thinking, oh no, what's going on? That's on purpose. That usually means it has worked, or you probably have a little sign that says the disc has been ejected. In case you got a scare, that just means it works. But always make sure it has worked from your hearing. What you do is remove the cable and turn off the amp and then turn it back on and just carry away playing guitar. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this has helped, and a bit of apologies for the kind of look of the video. I haven't made a video in like ages, so I'm still kind of, getting back into the hang of it, recording and that. And apologies for the lighting, mainly because it's just too hot and I just couldn't be bothered getting the LED lights that would make the video better. So apologies for that. But I hope you enjoyed that. Hope this video was helpful, and I will see you next time for another video in the future, wherever it be. Take care, folks.